Hi, I'm Ambry, and this is Ambry's Corner, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, if you're watching subscriber, welcome. If you're returning, if you're watching subscriber, welcome guys. I am back today with another video for you guys. Today's video is, well, I got a car. Yep, so if you want to hear this story, stick around. Let's get it take place until January of this year. All this happened way earlier than it was supposed to, and a lot sooner than it was supposed to, excuse me. A lot sooner than it was supposed to. So, let me take you back a minute. So, before we even get to this point, at one point let's start at the beginning of my car searching journey. So, y'all know I had like the little black Ford Fusion for about 2 years, a year and a half basically. And that crapped out on me about 2 years ago. And so, I went 2 years without a car. In those 2 years, I really just had to wait and get my money up. Really, that was the purpose of those 2 years, was just to get my money up. Although I was supposed to be doing that while I had the car, I was doing it, but like I wasn't in like a situation yet to be able to get the car. Everything went down with my job. That happened. But before that, I almost did get a sight set on this like little all black Ford Fiesta, and everything probably would have worked out for me to have it, but it just did feel right at the moment. And I feel like if it was supposed to happen, it would have worked out the way it was supposed to, but just because of that, it didn't. And I wasn't ready, nor was I financially ready for that kind of responsibility just yet. So a little down the line, fast forward to December. In December, even before that, I had been on CarMax, and my plan was to always go through CarMax and try to get me a car. Even before that, I had been looking on it at my dream car, which was a Kia Soul. If you don't know, that was the car I've always wanted. I've been in love with that car since the first time I seen the commercial with the little hamsters and the beatbox. That's been my car. And I always knew that I wanted like something kind of big and something that sit kind of high, just because I'm a big girl. And I just wanted something that matched me. You know what I mean? I'm not short, but I'm not small either. And it's like the perfect car for me. I feel like I had been looking on for it, CarMax for it, and I found, and they only had them in sticks apparently. I don't understand what the deal was with that. But CarMax had them, and they had the color I want, everything, but they was all in stick. There was a stick shift, and I didn't want no stick shift. I didn't want no manual. So, my mom had always, you know, kind of preached to me. She said, you know, if you're going to get the car, you go get a new car. And, I kind of agreed. But if my finances or my credit wasn't going to allow me to do that, then I wasn't going to do that. Now, mind you, I have been working on my credit for about 2 years. And, I started right when I was at my retail job. I started, like, towards the end of my time at my retail job. And, you know, I had some money saved. 2, I feel like I was ready to start, because I had a plan, and I wasn't going to be at that retail job long. I had been there almost a year at that point, and so I kind of already knew that I was about to dip soon. And so like I just like, you know, starting now, when I get to my next job, I'll already be halfway start. So by the time I get there, I get a little more money saved, I get my credit right, and I can go ahead and get my car, because that was my plan. And so my plan at the beginning of 2022 was to get me a car. That had been my plan the entire year. That was like my driving focus. Like, and when I left my job and quit, it seemed like that maybe that wouldn't happen. And I said, well, I might just have to wait till 2023 and get me a car. So, you know, December gets here, and I'm in my new job, and you know, I'm making enough money to be able to go get my car, but I just want to have a little bit of money saved. So one day me and my aunt are talking, and we're at work, and we're talking, and she's like, "What you waiting on?" My cousin had got a car like maybe a couple years before I did, and so I asked her a few questions, and she basically told me she didn't even put the down payment down. Like, she put her down payment down. Like, I said, well, if worst come to worst, I can always do it. I can do no payment, no down payment. I have enough credit that I could go that route if I wanted to. And My credit wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good compared to what most are. And I don't have like any bad things on my credit. I ain't never had like a late payment on anything like that, either way. And I had like I had an open line of credit, which was a credit card, and so I was pretty good. You know what I mean? I said, okay, well, I prayed about it. I thought about it. I asked a couple more questions, and I talked to my mom. I said, I think I'm ready to go to the dealership. And her thing was, you know, just let me know when you're ready. And I said, okay, I can do that. So that comes and we go to the dealership. And I had my sights on another car. I wasn't just looking at the Kia Soul just in case something didn't work. I had 3 other cars on my list: the Kia Soul, the Nissan Sentra, and the Kia Rio. So these were my deal breakers with the cars. I don't want no white car. I do not like white cars. I hate white cars. No white car. I want the base model. Don't bring me nothing out here higher than the base model. The base model. It had to have Apple CarPlay. It had to have it. I have to have that. I need that in my life. Apple CarPlay. And it had to be under $30,000. The cars that I was looking at was well under $30,000. I know that for a fact because I checked Kelly Boo Boo. I checked the website. I knew these cars priced like the back of my hand. The Rio was $16,000. My car was $20,000. And the Nissan Sentra was like $18,000, I think. I knew these cars like the back of my hand. I knew their price. I knew what I want the payments to be. High threes, low fours. That's what I want. I wasn't gonna do no $500 payment. That was dead right out the door. Wasn't nothing gonna impress me more than what I wanted. I'm sorry. That goes for any car. And so I go in and I'm prepared. I tell them, I say, you know, these are my God, these are my rules. Stay within these boundaries, and we're good. They didn't meet not like they didn't the first few, the only boundaries they met, the only check marks they made on in this whole entire thing was that the interior was black. The car, they got the correct model. Well, it wasn't LX, but it was a Kia Soul, and it had Apple CarPlay and it had conditioning, and it was on $30,000. It was well under $30,000. Those are the only marks they met. Like literally the only marks they met. They didn't mean nothing. So he said, we don't have a Kia Soul. We don't have any new Kia Souls on this lot. We have one, and it's white, and it's GT. I said, dude, you killing me. You really want me to go see Nissan right now? Like I really would go talk to Nissan right now. You playing with me now. He said, I'm sorry. He said, we don't have any new cars on the lot. He said, with the chip, I'm talking about the chip shortage. Y'all know it is. I didn't know about it until recently. I said, okay. He said, so you at least want to look at it? I said, sure. They bring the car out, and it's white as can be. I mean, it's white. And Lord have mercy, it's white. And it's a GT line. But I look on the inside kind of caught me off. I said, oh. I said, okay, this is a nice little inside. I said it's cloth material. I like that. And it's all black. That's a win-win. I said, okay. I said, he said, what you talking about? I said, it's nice to tell me all the specs. Then he said it's a 2020. He said it got 24,000 miles on it. I said, I thought it was new. He said, oh, it's not new. I said, sir, you're killing me here. He said, I know, I'm sorry, but this is all we got. This is all we got. I said, okay. I said, well, let me test drive it. And I said, I'll come to a decision after that. I was hoping to test drive it and hate it. Y'all test drive that car. I love that car. I hate it. It didn't even matter if it was white anymore. It didn't matter if it was GT. And the only reason why it didn't matter, it really wouldn't have mattered if it was GT if I had got a 2023. It's just that the GT is not the base model. It's the more expensive model. And usually when you get the GT, you got to pay a little bit more money on it. And that's what I didn't want to do. That's why I was dead set on the base model. I didn't want to pay more money for the car. But it was a 2020, so I was really coming out. I was really breaking even with it. Because it was an older model. it was used. I was really kind of like breaking even. And it only had like 24,000 miles on it. You can't beat that. Really, you can't beat that. And so, I said, okay. And so I test drove. I liked it instantly. And I loved the way it drove. I loved the way it felt. I was really scared. The biggest thing with that car for me, because it was big, it was a bigger vehicle for me. And it set up higher, was that how was I going to drive it? You know, because I don't drove like, you know, Jeeps and stuff like that before. But I never liked the feel like that, being able to drive it comfortably. And so that was going to be my biggest thing with this. That's why I said I just need to test drive, you know, the car before I know if I can get it or not. And so if I felt like I couldn't drive it comfortably, then I wasn't going to get that car. It didn't matter if it was what I wanted. I wasn't going to get it if I felt like I couldn't drive it comfortably. And so we went back in and we sat down and we talked. And he basically told me that a few of the things that I wanted wasn't going to happen. But he said we could work with it. And he also told me that he could give me a better deal than the discount I had from Kia. So I said, okay, oh, for real? He said, yeah. He said, I can give you a better one, better than they could give you. I said, okay. He really didn't, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I ended up with my car. It was it's a white 2020. It's like a snow white 2020 GT Kia. So I love it to death. That is my baby. Her name is Pearl. I know the name Snow is in her title, but she's not Snow to me. Her name is Pearl, and I call her Pearl because she got like this like little pearl like gloss on her that reminds me of a pearl, and so that's why I call her Pearl. And so I call her Pearl. She's not a pearl, but she's Snow. She's white. It's beautiful. And she was a pretty penny. I think I put on like $250 on her, like $250 down. Like, y'all don't laugh at me, but I did. I really did. I showed out at this little ship. I was not trying to get played. Like, I really like went in there with all arms. I was like, oh, y'all ain't finna play me. So I'm gonna tell you about the other car I was looking at. I was looking at Nissan Sentra. That was another car that was on my radar. A couple years ago, my mama's car was having, the gray car was having like some auto issues, and she had to put it in the shop, and she had to get a rental car for a couple days, and she ended up getting a Nissan Sentra, and she let me drive it. That was right around the time I had got my learner's permit, and I loved it. I thought it was just like the nicest car, and it was all black. So yeah. So that is the story time about how I got in my car. The next story time will be about how the insurance company tried it when I got in my car. That's a whole nother story in itself. Like, they really progressive. Y'all really tried. I'm calling y'all out, progressive. I'm calling y'all out because y'all tried. Y'all came from my head top, but you did come correct because I'm coming for you guys. Anyway, I will see y'all in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, what you think, what you want to see, what you want to hear. I will do my very best to happen for you, and I will see you next one. Bye bye.